Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you got your energy drinks from the Circle K convenience store because we're back after an hour of break. The earlier matches finished a lot earlier than expected, so we had a bit of downtime to go get some food, grab our dinners, get our Monster Energy drinks. Maybe we were going to even add some Intel CPUs to our PC builds if you are building a PC, or you enlisted, and 4 years later, after you've served your term at the US Air Force, you are back, and we're still waiting for froyotech versus 20cc to start. I am Jay. Joining me is DeltaMarket once again on the mic, and we got Dr. Underscore on production. It's the long-awaited match that we've all been waiting for all day. It's 20cc versus froyotech, two of the top three teams in RGL Invite, facing it off in the upper bracket final. Delta, how are we doing today?
We're doing great, and as you said, we're really excited to be here. froyotech has a really new roster that hasn't been tested in a tournament format, but they've been on fire as we recently saw them reverse sweep G6 in RGL, and so really excited to be here, seeing this new roster and seeing what they're going to show us.
And we've seen that exponential progression from the squad. Obviously, if you haven't watched that invite match versus G6, go watch it. It's an absolute banger. Kind of gives slight justification to why the Unity rule set with the continuous overtime is in place for RGL Season 10 invite. Actually, the only division in RGL Season 10 to be running that rule set. According to Banny during that interview too, he was remarking that it was only at least like 2 days before that match that they had actually been beating G6 in scrims. Before that, they were wiped on the floor by the G6 squad, and then they were able to prove it onto a match. So that's a huge confidence booster for those guys moving forward. Now it's just a matter if they can topple over 20ZC, because Delta, earlier in the season, they faced up on CB Process in RGL Season 10, and they lost to 20ZC 3-1. They also faced off, actually, last week in the round robin during the first weekend of matches, and they actually traded maps until I believe they switched on the Process for that second map in the round robin. And 20ZC, they swapped in Habib. They also had Slumnish subbing in, and they absolutely giga stomped, I would say, for Tech on when they subbed in Habib, and they actually stomped them on Process. So that makes it a little more telling that maybe 20ZC is the better team on Process. But we don't know the map vetoes just yet for this match. Teams are still working on the server and doing the map pick and ban. So any other thoughts as we await the three maps that we are going to see tonight potentially?
Nothing specifically, but it'll be just really interesting to see how those pick bans go.
Right. Generally, froyotech, we're known as the kings of product. I do believe we have product in the map pool for this tournament, so I wouldn't be surprised to see it. But 20Z, that might actually play into 20ZC's lineup, who are also just as good in terms of DM. But froyotech, like I said, Delta, they've had exponential progression. It's just gonna be a matter of, can they exponentially improve to the point where they can even topple over 20ZC, who have been a problem for froyotech in scrims and earlier in the season during that match on Process. Do we want to quickly run over the lineup for froyotech? I'm pretty sure most people know about it, but we should just give it a rundown just for the sake of information.
Sure. Do you want...
I'll do it, sure.
Okay.
Flank Scout, we got Yum Yum, up-and-comer from Cat Posse, joins froyotech for the first time this season. Pocket Scout, it's Banny, Baniel, Old Man Grant, whatever you want to call him. The man has stood the test of time, and he's still at the top of invite. Roamer is Donovan, coming over from the agency squad, leaving his soldier duo Rero to join up and link with Grant and Co. And then on Pocket Soldier, you have Sin from Meat Market fame, was playing on the Covenant last season as the Pocket Scout, won it, advance. Then on demo, you got Ether, that is. Did play invite with Yum Yum before, now he's reuniting with him on this squad. And then Medic is Habita, also coming over from the Covenant with Sin. A bit of a rookie to invite. I think this is his first season in invite, but overall, a lot like Yum Yum, Ether, and Donovan and Habita have a lot to prove. Sin already has a bit of accomplishments in invite, but it's been a while since he's played Soldier at the top level. That being said, though, we also have 20ZC. I don't know if they're going to be playing with their full roster tonight, or maybe they'll sub in Habib for Jay, but Flank Scout is High Five, Pocket Scout is Brand Slam. So that's the Witness Gaming combo switching over to 20ZC after the disbandment of Witness from last season. Then on Roamer, you got Crap, who is it? I keep forgetting this. It's always the
It's
name that's stuck in my head.
Artist.
It's Ash. Or Artist?
Where's Artist? Artist is on Roamer, I thought.
Okay. Well,
Ash is on Pocket.
right. Artist and Ash, they're coming over from 20s from Witness Gaming. So that's your soldier duo on the side of 20ZC. Then Demo Man, you got Jay, first season on Invite Demo. And then Medic is Zilly. So a lot of these players have already played together. I mean, the top of Invite has played with each other for various seasons, and for years on end. So it's not really a surprise that they're able to form a team and quickly be considered the top 3, considering the experience and resume of these players. But yeah, we're just trying to delay time here. In the meanwhile, though, if you want to figure out what's going on here, what's at stake for this tournament, right now there's 3 teams left in the tournament. These 2 teams plus large number 9. Large number 9 is currently awaiting the loser of this match in the lower bracket. And whoever finishes third will finish with $360 to their name. But if you are in the finals, you've secured yourself at least a minimum of $600 plus BYOC tickets to DreamHack Atlanta. So the DreamHack Atlanta TF2 tournament, the prize pool for that currently is $10,000. So $10,000, one of the biggest prize pools we've had in a while. I mean, I think something similar to that was probably like I-69? Or like maybe the local host lands from SoCal and Philadelphia. I think they had similar prize pool amounts. But you also get 6 BYOC tickets. So BYOC tickets to DreamHack Atlanta are $99 a piece per person. So in essence, you're saving yourself $600 too on top of the money that you're winning. So 20ZC and froyotech are considered the locks to be the top 2 of this tournament, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them replay in the grand finals, Delta.
Yeah, definitely. Both these teams have, or most of the players on them have really just been at the top of Invite for so long now.
And we have gotten the map pick vetoes. The map bans and picks have been done by 20ZC and froyotech. We're just gonna wait for a bit for Dr. Underscore to get it up on the screen so you guys can see what is being played tonight. I'm looking at it right now, and I'm very, very interested in 20ZC's pick. So we're gonna bring it up right now. 20ZC was Team A in this map pick veto. So 20ZC bans Metalworks, which is what froyotech just reverse sweep G6 on. Then froyotech does ban Bagel. And then, interestingly enough, Product is the first pick picked by 20ZC, not froyotech. Again, it's 20ZC that picks Product. And then froyotech picks Gully Wash. Then 20ZC bans Snake. froyotech bans Process. And we're going to be finishing it up on map 3. That is Sunshine, should we have to go to map 3. Delta, any thoughts on this map pick veto?
Yeah, Froyo's, as you said, has traditionally been seen as a really good team on Product, and so ZC must be feeling confident. They probably know something we don't, and especially considering they've beaten Froyo multiple times on Process, once in a match. It's somewhat surprising to see them not picking that.
Well, obviously, I mean, considering just last week, froyotech we're not able to beat G6 at all. Maybe Banny and Co have been just watching the demos, grinding it, because he's in for the late night demos. He even starts at 11 just to be awake compared to the Eastern Standard counterparts living in the Eastern Standard time zone. So DeltaMarket, I'm excited for this match. I kind of want to see if 20ZC can maintain their dominance that they've had against froyotech when froyotech first formed with this new team, and I'm really interested to see, whoever wins this match, whoever loses it, can they make the adjustments in the grand finals rematch, should they, which is expected to be beating the third place team, the team waiting in the lower bracket final, which is number 9. Obviously, you don't want to count those guys out, but you're facing as a top 3 invite team, so the odds aren't really in your favor, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely.
But we have gotten the STV, I believe, from the squad, so we should be heading into the server. But that being said, if you guys want to find more information about the events that we are doing, you can go to clash.tf. I believe we also have a jump tournament that's happening sometime between October 25th to October 30th. Let me just double check, but you can go check that information out on clash.tf. It's actually October 24th to October 30th that the jump tournament will be taking place, and there is $1,500 to be won. So if you want to go watch some jump maps, I believe Donovan himself is a tier 6 jumper in his own right, or maybe it's Riro actually. Not too sure actually, but go check it out. There's a jump tournament. There's money on the line. It's not a sixes tournament. Go watch some people do some hard maps because I can't even beat tier 4 honestly. Delta, what's your highest tier of jump map beat? I think I've beaten Jump Apex, which was tier 5, but that's borderline tier 5.
I've gotten some tier 4s. Yeah, Apex is a map I believe I can do, but can't really do tier 6s at all. Definitely not.
Yeah. Even then, it takes me like an hour to beat those. But I also want to give a shout out to our sponsors that I did name in the pregame. So DreamHack and this cup is sponsored by Intel, is also sponsored by the U.S. Air Force, mind you, Circle K convenience stores, and Monster Energy. And I know a lot of you people drink Monster Energy. It's definitely better than Red Bull, trust me. So, that being said, it's my own personal opinion. It's not a sponsored message. Trust me. I think Monster Energy is way better than Red Bull. Red Bull doesn't really give you wings, trust. And we have gotten the STD fix, so we are entering the server, and players should be piling in. We're 18 minutes from after 8:30, so hopefully we should be getting this match started soon. DeltaMarket, any thoughts heading into this match? Maybe predictions or of that sort?
I would expect both teams to do well on the maps they picked. I don't believe ZC would have picked Product if they weren't certain they could win it. And I expect Froyo will probably do really well on Gully Watch. I imagine Banny definitely knows what he's doing in terms of preparation. And I think it'll really be interesting to see who can take Sunshine if it goes to that.
I'm going to say that, I guess in terms of the DM, froyotech, 20ZT should have the upper hand. I'm just curious to see if they'll be having their full roster for this match. I see a certain player on 20ZC subbing in, potentially? Because we do have AIM on the server for 20ZC, so is he... I'd assume he's still subbing in for Ash. So, no Ash today, contrary to reports of who would be playing for 20ZC today. But still, all in all, that's not a downgrade at all. I'd say Ash and AIM are pretty equivalent in terms of skill and experience. Obviously, Ash having played with Banny in the past, and also AIM 2, first season on froyotech back in ESEA. These guys, AIM is definitely a suitable replacement for the boys. Any thoughts on the sub, Delta?
Yeah, I think that's the case. I don't know when AIM played last a full season, but he's definitely been playing the game and has been definitely is not someone who is just coming into this without knowing what's going on.
You know what? I wonder who... Is that actually AIM, though? Because, it's alias as AIM on the server, but I don't think that's AIM. Who is that?
Jay, have you been giving us false information?
Hey, I have an RG, I have a name config there. It's actually Jay, so okay. Jay is just fooling around with me potentially, right? So
you actually fell for it. I'm embarrassed.
Look. I take blame for this, but do you have any other thoughts? Like, do you think that we'll probably go the full distance here? I'd like to go the full distance because we've all been waiting tonight for 20ZC and for Attack, and I really want to see 20ZC win. But I'm not gonna let my bias show here. I kinda am also rooting for Yemim and Donovan. I thought those guys are like sleeper pickups for froyotech. I think a lot of people don't understand, but Yum grinds MGE like late night, like late into 3 a.m. and he's on the East Coast, so I know that guy puts in the work and the time. Demo reviews a lot too, and he's also my former teammate from UGC, so I'm really rooting for Yum's rise here. Any players for you to watch, Delta?
I'd say really look out for Jay. I know he's kind of new to the demo world, but he's been doing a lot of really crazy things. He played kind of unconventionally last time against Froyo on Process, and he claimed he was trolling in the post interview, so I kind of want to look out for that.
Oh, were you there to watch the match between Froyo and 20ZC for RGL?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't have a chance to watch that, sadly, unfortunately. So, that being said, though, we have players piling in. We're only waiting on one more person. I believe he's in spectator, so we should be getting this show on the road very soon. Just want to say thank you to Dr. Happiness, John, Dodd. There's some people working overtime in the backlines there, even though they're over in the European CEST time zone or even later than CEST. So those guys, get huge shout outs to those boys. They're staying up late into the night just for this match. So let's go. I'm so excited for this match, my guy. And I see a few subs. DeltaMarket, on one of these teams.
I do too.
Well, we'll wait for the surprise to show up in the match. Overall, last thoughts before we head in?
On product, I think we're gonna see a sniper is my prediction.
I mean, if it's gonna be on froyotech, I mean, Banny likes to do it a lot, but I'm kind of excited to see Yum Yum do it, because Yum Yum does play sniper a lot, but that kind of begs the question, who would fill the scout role for the side of froyotech, but that would probably be Sin, considering Sin has played scout, at least one advanced on it, so...
I think they would just stick with their normal roster if they ran a sniper. Anyways, we are going live.
Yeah, we're finally going live with the upper bracket final between froyotech and 20ZC for the DreamHack Community North American Clash Cup. I am Jay, joining me is DeltaMarket on the mic, and we're got a banger for you tonight. It's 20ZC, froyotech, starting off on product. This is 20ZC's map pick, and off the mark, we see double soldier bombs being traded from each other, but the soldiers from froyotech do go down just as 20ZC's go down. But Habib, he dies early, but Habida gets bombed by Artist towards Lower China and drops. So that means Zilly has the heal advantage. It's just a matter of can they keep Zilly alive. The scouts are just walking menacingly. They get the pick on a Brain Slam. It's just high five to protect Zilly, but that scout speed buff will get him out.
Yeah, really great focus fire by Banny and Yum Yum. They killed Brain Slam almost immediately. High five leading his team forward as he pressures the point. Looks like there's a scout running behind on grass, and Sin bombing the point, doing a bunch of damage. Froyo is having really coordinated aggression, killing Korth, but fighting, almost killing Habib in main is Yum. Donovan's continue bombing on China. No one knows he's there. He's on top of the team, and he can drop down whenever he wants. Looks like he is just going to like to jump behind, and now 20ZC knows he's there. Donovan does get cleaned up.
Marmalou does get the pick on a Donovan there, so Marmalou coming in for 20ZC, and High Five's aggressive towards point. They have the U-Red, and they're going to try to collapse. They're going to pinch Froyo towards the cliff area, but this demo man is able to hold his own on froyotech, and now Banny wants to pull back up. Habita is on 90%, and they should have Uber very soon, and Banny, knowing him, he's going to try to bait the cab and then try to walk across point. There's traps towards house, which Banny does clear out, and now froyotech is just piling up. They're getting the buffs. Donovan and Sin are healed up, so they can definitely go for a bomb, maybe skip behind, maybe jump, or go for a distraction or a fade bomb. It's just a matter of how they're going to work the super. Now they're walking up from Lower China. Banny's focusing down Marmalou towards the connector area, and Sin's in. He's in on the medic, and Habib goes down. Does get traded out, but still, that's a demo for a med pick. I mean, demo for a soldier pick. And wait, the demo and soldier on Froyo has gone down. Donovan ain't going down. That's not really good. Banny's still aggressive. He wants to take this Uber, and the Uber does go out. Soldier does die early on in the Uber. Artist going down, but they haven't gotten Zilly to pop, and they might get pounced on by Marmalou from China.
Yeah, Marmalou's bombing onto Banny, doing a bunch of damage. Brainslam cleaning that pick up. Banny's going to be a slower spawn here, so ZC is definitely going to be able to run down the clock, but it looks like Froyo wants to fight while Banny's dead, and Marmalou bombing forward does get cleaned up.
Yeah, Saigai for froyotech, that is aim alias on the spectator HUD. He is aggressing up towards point, towards the right, gonna spam some rockets, and they have Donovan behind into 20ZC's grasp. He's making the pinch, but Zilly pops his Uber. High Five and Artist, they might catch up Saigai towards cliff, but they don't manage to. Sai is able to bomb out. Banny taking a 1v1 and losing it against Brand Slam, and they might have over-aggressed too far for that pick as Yum Yum gets Habib, and Habib settle means no demo to stick off point, no demo denial of the area as Froyo walk on this cliff area.
Yeah, looks like Donovan is playing aggressively on concrete. Sai is initiating forward across point, and the Froyo soldiers are bombing forward, but they're getting cleaned up. Sai and Donovan have fallen, and Banny as well as Brand Slam and Marmalou get the force onto Hubada.
Hubada does force, but they have Donovan and Saiga just respawning now. It's just Banny who hasn't regrouped with the rest of his team, but they have the number ad with the respawns coming in. Donovan and Sai now showing up to the fight. The soldier bombs are out towards China, but they do get the space. They force back the players from 20ZC back towards Cliff, and they do get the cap for it.
Yeah, it looks like Sai was too far forward, though. Gets cleaned up by Brandsling. DC's going to take that and go aggressively. Marmalou who's behind, bombing onto Hubada, getting the kill. Great job by him. Branslam's fighting in Banny and Grass, getting that kill. Looks like Froyo almost completely wiped.
20ZC making a meal out of that Froyo positioning, and Brandslam, I think, is currently on a 10 kill streak, so that man is on a tear. Obviously, you want Brandslam with the heals, and that's why he's the pocket scout for 20ZC. And now froyotech, they're stuck with a time disadvantage, and also they're stuck in an Uber dispatch situation. So the players are going to pile out of main. Banny going down, but Yum Yum 2 does fall, but the soldiers are still alive. And Sai's in on Zilly, does get the force. So they have a saving grace. They have a lifeline back into this round, but Hubada is only at 30%. They all sacked for it, and nobody was building back with Hubada and Spawn. So this is going to be a dry fight, an Uber dry fight, I'd assume, unless Hubada delays long enough or the Banny delays long enough to get the Uber for the push. But by the time they get that Uber, they'll be probably in overtime mode. And Yum Yum's trying to push up through main. Soldiers are out, bombing on the grass. We see Sin really forward onto Zilly. Zilly's so close, but he gets there and shot Sin. No, completely obliterated. So does Donovan. This is looking really bad for you, but they have the Uber end.
Yeah, it looks like Artist is aggressive on their Cliff. He's going to jump onto China, doing a great job distracting them, doing a bunch of damage as well.
Hit that on Hubada! Oh, he barely paused just before the rocket lands, and Banny's taking it across point. They want picks, but nobody's there to be found. Only Marble on the back lines who tried to bomb on the side, but Sai does live on half HP. Froyo has a point, but Zilly has the Uber end.
Yeah, it looks like Donovan's doing some spam towards Cliff as ZC gets their Uber and is prepared to go. I want to see if Froyo tries to live or if they go for a force. Looks like ZC uses, and the flank is bombing behind for Froyo, but Hubada gets caught out by that Uber. And
so the Froyo flank is caught out. They got bombed towards Connector, and Yum Yum and Donovan both go down. It's just Banny, Sin, and Sai without heals, without numbers in their favor, and they're just falling down one by one. They fall like dominoes. Banny is still alive, but he gets pistoled down by Brandslam, and Sai dying towards Japan. That'll be a first round for 20ZC, and don't forget, we are on the Unity rule set, so this is first to 3.
Yeah, Froyo's flank really tried to go behind there, but the Uber caught out Hubada, and ZC just turned around immediately and just cleaned up those players, and it went really well for them.
Gonna keep my eyes here on Sai for this next mid. For those who are just tuning in, Amos is currently Sai, guys, so Sai is subbing in for Froyo, for Ether, and Sai just exchanging damage with Habib, and both soldiers on the side of, until actually Donovan blind behind it towards Japan, does die. Sin trying to jump from Cliff, gets killed almost instantly before he lands, and Donovan has to jump out. He's not healthy enough to recommit on his bomb. Habib is so low behind this rock, and he gets focused on by the Froyo scouts. There's a spoon out in the field. It's Artist trying to go in on the scouts, and he just gets railed by Yum Yum. There's a soldier Marble onto Hubada. He beeps, but still the scout comes to help, and they clean up Hubada. High Five might get caught out here, and so does Zilly. Zilly's exit is cut off by the soldier. Sin getting that pick. Great heads-up play, and they are managing to wipe 20cc here.
Yeah, both medics did die though, so Froyo will not come out of that with an Uber ad. ZC does have a chance to fight this immediately, and it looks like they're going to be walking up cliffside, getting ready for that.
So right now we are currently heading into this next fight, where it does have the ad. Just a slight ad though, it's not really pushable, and this is going to essentially be a dry fight. And we do see Marmo falling behind from Connector into grass, but in the meanwhile, Habib, he's overextended, he's caught on an island alone, but the soldiers from 20ZC, they bomb behind and they've distracted all the fighting classes on Froyo, and Hubada is not able to be protected. Donovan's going to come in for the salvage bomb, but it's not enough. Just Brandslam and Artist there to clean up, and it's just Yum Yum left alone, taking a 2v1. He can't get Artist, but he's really low. Might be finished off by Brandslam here, but Yum Yum is just biding his time, trying to avoid this Brandslam, and he doesn't escape.
Yeah, but Brandslam eating a sticky from Sun might have had an opportunity to kill him if another player was in, but no one was. Banny's leading his heals in, doing a lot of damage here, but Habib is actually pressuring everyone out. ZC is very aggressive with this hold. Habib almost crossed to the other side. Marmalu does die on the backlines, though.
This is looking really good for the side of froyotech. They're gonna bomb. They got the pick on the Marmalu early, so that means even though they have slight uber descent, there's still gonna be a try. They're gonna aggress towards Cap, bait it out, and they force Brand Slam forward. Brand Slam does get responded to by a Soldier Bomb, but Psy and Banny are down, and Donovan now goes down towards that 20 ZC clip area, and Artist is on the case. He gets the spoon on the Yum Yum, but it wasn't a crit. Regardless though, High Five cleans him up, and Artist overextended, tried to go for the pack in the ammo, but he gets cleaned up by Banny, but Banny walked into the trap. He's getting bombed by a soldier, he's getting fought by a scout actually, and Psy trying to help, but Psy, his bomb gets railed by High Five scattergun, so oh no, having your demo down for the switch is not good, Delta.
Definitely. It looks like Banny wanted to go off of that, but the time is going to be ticking down while he has to wait for Psy. It looks like he might be getting ready to lead an Uber. He is playing aggressively on the right side at the point. He is asking for the beam. He's running across right now, shooting at Brand Slam, but Donovan dies before the Uber, but Banny kills Brand Slam. The combo scout for ZC was dropped during that.
That's not really good for 20 DC, but still, they're going to try to collapse. They're going to try to make an effort to wipe the Froyo players, but they're down to 3 players. It's High Five, Habib, and Zilly. Habib goes down, was 5 HP to Yum Yum towards the main area, and High Five is able to escort his med out towards the spawn doors.
Yeah, it looks like Brand Slam is through main, but he has to run away as his team's not there yet. ZC's trying to get through left. Donovan bombs it, going down. ZC's trying to bust this forward hold, but Marmalu falling and Artist as well isn't what they want. Brand Slam tried to flank behind, but he goes down as well. Looks like they're just sacking here. High Five running in, goes down.
It's just Habib and Zilly. Zilly, they were going for the 4-man on the side of 20 ZC, but they obviously didn't build on Zilly, so they're going to have a 20% Uber dis at it, but Donovan is up on Sniper for Froyo, so we see the Froyo Sniper out. It's not Yum Yum, it's going to be Donovan. Not really sure what's the plan here, especially when they actually have Uber at, and I don't think they know it on the side of froyotech, but they do know that High Five or Brand Slam did die in that 4-man. Regardless of that, Yum Yum and Brand Slam trade frags. Sin might die here, but Marvel is on the flight from China with his soldier partner Artist. They are trying to get onto Habib, but they just don't manage to, and even with Habib trying to help, they do get 3 picks though.
Artist actually market gardener the sniper. Habib right now is hitting every pipe, doing a bunch of damage to Sin and preventing Froyo from contesting the point. Brand Slam killing Sin on Cliff because of the damage from Habib.
Regardless, Banny still has this Uber to his name. They have to worry about the Marmalu soldier on Cliff, but oh no! Banny walks in the trap, and Marmalu leaves. He walks into an entering pipe from Habib, and Habib domes Banny to the floor. It's just Marmalu bombing, and Marmalu's gonna recommit with his bomb and get the force on Habida, and this is not good because Zilly now has to force. Zilly forcing due to low HP. Basically, the situation is reset, but Froyo, they don't have the cap, and that's what matters in COD.
Yeah, definitely. The time is nearly even for both teams. ZC does hold the point, and it looks like Froyo's getting ready to contest again. Both teams pressuring across. Demo's exchanging spam right now. Looks like Banny is actually on the spot the soldier normally does, but oh! Habida catching a pipe from Habib goes down. Banny also dying. ZC is just destroying Froyo.
It's just Psy, the last man of 6, but he's already out towards the spawn from Cliff, so 20 ZC, they have a chance to set a very high-pressured forward hold. They're going to go for the quick cutter forward hold, try to step towards grass with their heels, but Froyo, they're already trying to barrel their way through, and they get the pick on a High Five. Sure, Banny does die, but the soldiers are allowed to enter, and Psy is behind him from Connector. He's trying to kill Zilly. Zilly's just dancing around like a ballerina. He's somehow still alive, and he still isn't dead. How is this man still alive? He's even distracted for Psy to die from Marmalu's rockets, and Marmalu's trying to keep his man alive, but Yum Yum pistols down both Zilly and Marmalu.
Yeah, definitely. Psy bombed behind there and was trying to kill Zilly, but it looked like he wasn't quite able to do that, and other players also tried to kill Zilly. He did a really great job distracting for Marmalu.
Yeah, even then it still wasn't enough, and froyotech, they now have the round, they have the cap, they can also get their Uber should they be able to delay long enough, but right now 20 ZC, they know the situation is against them. They have to get this cap before Habida gets his Uber, or maybe they just kill Habida, and instead, Froyo, they're gonna fully walk across, they're gonna go barrel Deathball into the 20 ZC combo towards Lower China, and that didn't work out, because look at the scoreboard, it's just Donovan and Yum Yum up for the team on Froyo, and they wipe. What is... That was a very interesting push.
Banny must have thought ZC was trying to walk through the narrow area on Cliff, but it looked like ZC just baited out that aggression really well and ended up coming on top of that round. So that's 2-0 for 20ZC.
20ZC, one more round and they take the map to start off this best of 3, and then we head on to Metal, or I believe it's Process that's I don't even
Marmalu starting off high bombing across, landing on China, distracting for his team, bombing back towards Concrete, doing a bunch of damage as the Froyo soldiers jump in and get cleaned up.
froyotech, they lost Hubita yet again so early on in the mid. These soldier bombs from 20ZC are just so stifling. They're just doing so much pressure to Hubita, and he's just not able to stay alive, and yet again, Froyo lose the mid. 20ZC, they're in the lead right now. They're the captain of this match.
Yeah, they're definitely showing why this is their map pick, and they do have an opportunity to forward hold. They do have full Uber ad as well. It looks like their demo was a slow spawner, so they might not want to actually forward hold here. But if they see an opportunity, they might take this Uber straight into them.
They should. Depends on how far in Hubita is, but it looks like Froyo, they're just going to pressure and then try to work and distract for that 4-man. Since fade bombing from Cliff, but to high five and Brainstorm, they're aggressive on a point. They saw the overextension from Psy and they get him. The tag team duo enter the ring and kill Psy. It's just Donovan though, but Marmalu dies towards Connector. The scout focusing down, that is Yum Yum, and now Froyo, they've chosen to concede, re-heal, and then recommit into the fight. Donovan and Sin are trying to bomb and make space, but they're just getting focused down by any step they take. On Pride, Habib has a stick trap, it destroys Sin, so no soldier aerial support aside from Donovan for Froyo. Yum Yum and Banny are trying to walk across right, they're focusing down Brand Slam, but Banny isn't able to complete the kill, and 20ZC, this Uber ad is now even out, but High Five is walking across. Hubita's at 99%, so now Hubita's able to pop, and now Banny wants to play cat and mouse. He's gonna chase, he's the cat. He's trying to get on Zilly. Zilly gets bounced from Habib's pipes, and Zilly does go down, not without Sin, Hubita, and Yum Yum falling though, or Psy that is.
Yeah, Artist's bombing towards Concrete as the teams fight, and Donovan is just going to elect to jump away. I didn't notice during that fight, froyotech never actually managed to cap the point. And so the time's just been ticking down this whole time for ZC.
20ZC, 1 minute and 30, and then they secure the map. And then the series lead, starting off 1-0 in this best of 3. It's up to Froyo now to see if they can make a comeback. They can make something out of nothing, and they're going to try. They're going to bait cap. Look at the point time right now. It's really in favor of Froyo to almost complete capping. And Brand Slam dying towards Cliff. Marmalu dying towards Connector. It doesn't bode well for 20ZC. But Habib, he's alone. He manages to trade out, but that isn't enough. But High Five and Artist, they get picks of their own. And Artist is in on the medic. Hubita is able to serve into the border and escapes the splash damage.
Yeah, Brand Slam did a really good job in the backlines denying the soldiers, but it wasn't enough as Froyo just bought the point and took it. And now Hubita actually has a slight Uber advantage. I don't know if Froyo's aware of that.
Well, it looks like Sin is just trying to prevent them from pushing in. Once again, we see a 20ZC bomb behind in a house, in a cliff now from Marmalu, but in the meanwhile, Banny is used. Sin and Banny are trying to chase Zilly towards main, and Donovan's even behind on grass to boot. The flank gets overloaded by froyotech players, but can they kill Zilly? They aren't able to.
Banny's behind. He's behind on Cliff, running at Artist, killing him, trying to do the collapse, but Zilly gets his Uber in time, so Banny's not able to do that. And Psy falling to Brand Slam's pistol. It's only Hubita and Banny. Banny kills Zilly though, just shotting him.
How they knew Banny was behind the backlines because he had just killed Artist, and now he claims Zilly's life. But it doesn't matter when you don't have the round, when you're down in the map so far. It's a matter of completing the round. froyotech still have the time disadvantage with 20ZC having a minute left. Froyo's 1 minute and 49. froyotech looking to re-aggress. They just need to get some way back into this game, and that pick on the Zilly might just give them that opportunity. The window has opened, and it's up to them to complete this push. But Marmalu once again overloading the flank with Artist in the back, bombing onto the demo that is Psy, and Psy does go down with aggression from Brand Slam. Marmalu, in the meanwhile, distracted, did die, but he gave his team the eyes to walk forward and try to get on the Hubita. Artist is so low, but he somehow makes it out on 18 HP, gets bowed, and now 20ZC, even though they lost 2, they'll have to concede.
Yeah, Froyo still having that Uber advantage. Zilly is pretty close on the point. Hubita could take an aggressive Uber. It looks like that's what they're trying to do, but no, it was ZC that forced them, so they're not able to go forward. Zilly's gonna get out with Uber advantage. That was a successful sack for ZC. Psy is bombing onto Cliff, fighting with Habib. Looks like Habib might be caught in here.
Oh, that's such a late death, but thankfully, since they don't have the cap, their respawn timers will be faster. So Habib will be up in the next 7 seconds. In the meanwhile, 20ZC, they're gonna flood into grass. They're gonna try to catch out Donovan, who does have to jump out and get bowed. But they have the UBF. High Five leading the charge at the helm of this. That's the spearhead of this push. They do use it and they catch out Psy Guy towards Japan. And High Five is on the case on the scout towards Cliff, but he's going to refocus his efforts towards the soldiers on grass. They get both picks with the help of Marmalou, and High Five, he's just making a meal out of froyotech. They've gotten a 3-piece. They're going to make it a 4-piece as Yum Yum goes down.
Yeah, Havana does live, though, which is the silver lining for them. But if you look at the time, by the time Froyo gets Uber, there's going to be about 2 or 3 seconds left on the clock, and ZC's already just trying to forward hold.
froyotech are making a last-ditch effort to get their way back into this match. They're flooding out from all choke points. They've gotten in through grass, but they've lost Donovan early as the first casualty. But 20ZC, they're going to flood into grass. They're going to re-aggress. They're going to try to get the players here from froyotech. But now it's just a scrappy fight. Players are just scattered around left, right, and center towards connector and grass. Players are bumping in for the backline. It's Habib. He's behind. He bumped from grass. Almost kills Habib, but nobody stands on the point. They pull a C9 on froyotech, and 20ZC pull away the round by the skin of their teeth, and they get the map.
Yeah, definitely surprising to see. In the excitement, no one got on point.
That was a bit sad to see. froyotech, they pulled the Cloud9 specialty that originated from Overwatch, just not playing the point when they clearly had players towards it and were able to play it. They were so focused on Habib bombing behind from the grass area onto Habita that I think they may have set up point to try to clean up frags, and over chasing frags, not the thing you want to do, especially when you have to get the cap in order to keep your team in the game. We do have logs, I believe, so let's pull them up, and I'm not gonna be surprised. I'm not gonna be surprised if Habib was leading the way in damage for his team. It's not like he was able to get so much damage with his bombs.
Yeah, we are switching those logs out right now. Those were from the previous game.
But
yeah, Jay, I agree with you. I would not be surprised to see ZC's demo substitute Habib leading the damage.
Well,
also, I want to see the scouts as well. I feel like Brand Slam and High Five were just being really aggressive that whole time.
Well, we were both dead wrong because Habib is actually the bottom damager for his team. It's actually Brand Slam and High Five leading the way with the damage. Brand Slam just having 4 more damage than High Five, but both have just the same amount of DPM with 404. And on the side of froyotech, it's, well, actually Yum Yum leading the way in terms of the fragging department and the damage done. Only player to break 7,000 damage on his team. The Froyo soldiers, though, having a bit of a hard time, but Psy, especially, getting caught out a lot during those pushes, but, you're going to die more if you're on the losing team. I mean, that's a given. So.
Yeah. Psy is the demo for Froyo right now. I know his alias does Ames. It looks like the demos for both teams had a really hard time. Usually on product, the demos will put up a impressive stat line. 400 DPM isn't even particularly uncommon, but I guess the demos were being focused down, and for both teams, it was really the scouts. High Five and Brand Slam, 404 DPM each. Must be doing a tribute to 404, the medic.
Era 404, froyotech didn't win the map, but I'm more concerned about the medic matchup between Zilly and Habita. Zilly having 4,000 more heals, or 3,700 more heals to Habita's 19,320 heals done, and Habita also having 5 more deaths, but it felt like Habita, he was just facing constant pressure from Marmalou and Artist bombing behind into the enemy battlements, or the Froyo battlements, that is. And overall, when you're getting attacked from every corner, or every angle, there's not much you can do as Habita. You just have to do your best to stay alive. And it felt like too, when Froyo were chasing frags, Banny also left, or the scouts left Habita to dry a lot, so that wasn't much to help Habita's cause either for why he died so much.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess it really just shows ZC knew what they were doing when they picked this map, as all of their players were really performing well and to an extent performing better than their counterparts. And so I'd be interested to see if froyotech's map pick Gullywash goes differently for them. I am
Right.
certainly hoping it does.
We're moving on to CP Gully Wash, which is for a text pick. I have to download the map because I, for some reason, just don't have the map. I blame myself for that. But thoughts overall from the match. I mean, I don't really know what there is to really say about it.
Well, I think High Five and Brand Slam really took over that game, which might be why Banny picked Gully Wash. I know that it's not as easy to carry as scouts on this map, and it might be the case that Banny thinks his team will perform better on a map like this.
It's a good way to get Sin and Donovan back into the game, but it also puts a lot of pressure on them, considering that obviously traditionally the spam classes fare better than scouts should be, at least on Gully Wash. So that being said, I'm probably gonna have to still give it to 20ZC though. With Marvel subbing in, that's
Another
pretty good
thing is
upgrade.
Habib has always been just so strong on this map, especially on mids. You'll see him like within the first 5 seconds of mid. You know Habib's team has won because he's done 1,000,000 damage into Big Door, and I think he's probably gonna pull that out on this match.
Right. Had a bit of a slow start, but it doesn't matter because, when your team's winning 3 out of there, or wins the map dominantly without froyotech winning a round, I would say that's pretty good to start. So we are on Gully Wash. I am trying to find this version of the map, to say the least. Thankfully, comp.tf has got me on that. But predictions for the map, players to watch. I'm obviously Habib is the one to watch. I'm going to keep my eyes on Donovan and Sin because they had a bit of a slow start to this match. It's going to be a matter of if they can bring it back on Gully.
Yeah, definitely Sin. He was on one of the previous iterations of G6 some seasons ago, and his soldier gameplay was always really impressive. And on this map,
Wonderwall? Was it Wonderwall that he was on?
Oh, was it Wonderwall? It was a core of G6 was on that team. Anyways, we are going live. I'm going to be watching Habib on this mid.
Yeah, I'll let you take it away because right now I'm still trying to load into the game here.
Yeah, Habib doing his rollout. We did not see a Muma rollout, unfortunately. Anyway, he is shooting his stickies into Big Door. It looks like there is a soldier bombing, but not landing on him. He's doing a bunch of damage. Habana is actually stuck in his Big Door. Froyotech's combo has not been able to climb up, but Donovan and Sin have been cleaned up. And the mid is over.
That's a pretty dominant mid, and now 20ZC, they are continuing their flawless streak of mids as they win their 4th mid of the match. Actually, no. Oh, they actually lost the first 2 mids.
Froyo's actually re-aggressing in. Sai has gotten in through choke, and Banny has gotten in as well. ZC actually ran away. I guess Zilly died during that. I didn't actually notice. Oh, apparently, yeah, Zilly did die, and so now Froyo has full Uber advantage. It looks like Froyo is going to be taking this in through Big Door. Banny is currently leading the way, but there is a sniper, Brand Slam and forwards, killing Sai. It's going to spell the end of that aggression. Actually, Banny is still close in Big Door. They might be waiting to catch players out, but they Uber in. Sin taking this Uber, Pogoing in, trying to kill Habib in lobby. Sin's chasing Habib, but he's not able to find him.
Wow, they've fully committed all the way into the last there. At least Banny did for Habib's life. And Marmalou was camping the forwards. He kills Sai, who just respawned. So basically, that Uber to kill Habib was nullified by the Marmalou spawn camp. So now, froyotech, they might just have to concede here on mid. And now Zilly has the Uber at 2. As High Five and Brand Slam and Artist, they look to bounce their way through. But the double soldier spam towards choke, it's just stuffing them. And even Brand Slam might get caught. But instead, Zilly chooses to pop. They're going to try to clean up these players towards the choke. They do get both soldiers. It's just a matter of cleaning up the soldier that's in the backline. Yum Yum making a case for himself here in lobby. Taking a 1v1, but he's only 5 HP. We'll grab the mini pack, but he's currently a thorn on the side of 20ZC, regardless of his HP.
Yeah, definitely. And Froyo's just walking in through choke as Sai bombs the shutter. Gonna cut Habib off from his team. ZC is not gonna be able to fight this point.
Yeah, I'm saying
Wait, Brinson's actually in though. Running in from River, hitting a shot onto Habana, but not able to close it out.
Despite Yum Yum not getting any kills, he brought the attention of the 20ZC combo, so that allows Sai to bomb in through choke and give froyotech the space needed to get second. Donovan is able to clean up this the sneaky trap from Habib towards the stairwell, and Banny wants to go in from River. They have 35 Uber. They are going to use it with Sai and Banny. They haven't spun anything, and Banny's going to go straight for point. Spots a soldier in secret, and the soldiers are bombing it from Froyo onto the ring, but it's just a meat grinder here onto the point. Players are just being cleaned up, and Yumyum's the last one, but he gets the saving kill onto Zilly, so at least he salvaged something from this. But Habida, there's 2 players on his case. It's Habib. Habib gets arrowed down by Habida. 2 straight arrows to the dome. The cranium gets the kill on Habib. And Habida, he's just delaying his death. He's delaying the inevitable, and Marmalade and Brand Slam will eventually clean him up.
Yeah, but these 2 ZT players are hurt, and froyotech's players are walking in. Marmalade might be caught out here. Brand Slam is stuck behind Boiler as well. That's going to be 2 down for the side of ZC. Oh, but Sin does get cleaned up. So ZC should definitely be able to hold this.
It was such a close fight to win, too. If he had cleaned up Artist, who won that fight with 10 HP left to his name, they probably could have made something out of it, but they weren't able to make things work. Instead, they'll have to concede. Silly will have his 20% Uber ad, but on Gully, it'll depend on how fast 20ZC want to push out on that Uber ad, and I'd assume that they wouldn't want to, considering it's Gully.
Yeah, that's probably true. But Brand Slam on Engineer is going to be building a sentry gun. And I want to see where that ends up getting placed. There's several spots we've seen recently in Gully Wash. And they all do different things.
Right. He's going to set it up in the basic cookie cutter sentry spot. And now the one that denies both the river, the launch pad, and potentially a main bomb too. But that being said, froyotech, they're in the driver's seat for this push. Marmalade was clearing water in the meantime to see if there were any hiders. No lock classes from both teams aside from the Grand Slam Engineer. And froyotech, balls in their court. Let's see what they can make work of it.
Definitely. It looks like Yum is going to be running into water. I am
He's beating
honestly...
Habib! Ooh, Habib's so low! Yum does clean up, but not without dying. But now Donovan can play the point, but Marmalade's there to stop that up. So he's going to clean him up.
Banny went water as well. He's taking a 1v1 with high 5 on point, but looks like Banny doesn't want to take that. He's just going to run away. Sai is sticking in river, but both soldiers bomb it. One of them kills Banny. That's Marmalade. Artist as well. They're very hurt.
Banny. Oh, he got the force! Oh! He wandered from lobby to stairs and got the force on the Habida.
As Engineer, that is quite impressive. It looks like full Uber ad for ZC. Froyo's still in lobby. If ZC took an Uber into them, it would go their way.
Wait, Sin and Yum bombing on the point in secret, and Sin got a pick, and Yum got Habib. So now the Uber has to be forced up just to clean up the players and potentially defend this last point. And now froyotech, they're gonna book it out. They're gonna book it out towards River. But no, Banny wants to get the aggression. This is a very, very interesting take on this last push, as things seem to be turning in their favor now that they have the Uber ad.
Yeah, definitely. It is only 30 ad though, so they will have to find frags and go for the point quite quickly if they do decide to take this Uber. Looks like Froyo is building in river, and I'm not sure if they're going to take this, because they might not know they have ad.
I mean, they should know. They got the force from Onizilli from Yum. So now Banny's going to lead it and doesn't take it away.
Running in through river is Banny. They are killing the gun. Sai gets that down, and Froyo has completely taken over the top right. Marmalade does fall, but Banny's on point, uncontested. Players now for ZC running onto point, but now they're on the low ground as Froyo corrals them inside of the point.
froyotech at the first round, they were able to get that pick on a zillion. From there on, it was just playing the heals, playing the number ad, and stuffing the players out from kiting through the spawn doors, and they managed to do that very successfully. And now they have a way back into this match. They start off their map pick with a dominant first round win. And now next mid, we're gonna see, will Habida stay stuck at his mid door, at the big door area? Who knows? Marmalade is bombing it, actually gonna stuff outside, gonna force him to play in that elbow area. And in the meanwhile, Froyo's walking up towards 20ZC's side of the mid, and there's a fight being taken towards the lower area on the lower floor. Habida's on 10 HP, got bombed by Marmalade, and eventually gets cleaned up by Brand Slam. Brand Slam and his partner, High Five, are taking a 1v2 against Banny, who eventually does go down. Sai Guy is going to be the next one to fall potentially, but Yum's trying to help his partner. Doesn't save Sai, but he does get Brand Slam, and now Yum, the last person on Froyo on this mid, gonna get tag teamed by High Five and Artis.
Yeah, so that's going to be full Uber advantage for Zilly, and it looks like Froyo has both soldiers close choke, one on the floor, one on the high ground, so ZC should be aware that this is a play, but looks like, yeah, Artis does clear that, so Sin is going to be forced away, no shenanigans there. Looks like Froyo's still in River, though. They might want to spam, but nope, they're just going to run immediately back to last. So that's going to give ZC full Uber advantage for this push. Froyo is going to be running a Pyro, though.
We got the Pyro on Yum Yum, the Engineer on Banny. Obviously, Banny, I remember him telling Yum Yum in the scrim, never play Engineer, I play Engineer, and that's a good reason. But High Five is in with through main with Habib. They are focusing on different targets though, and the sentry does eventually go down from Artist. And because of the segmented Uber, High Five went down. It's now Marmaloo is going to go down, but Grand Slam evens things up. It's going to be a ragtag fight here on last with Habib raiding down spam from main, gets the pick on the Hubita, and now it's just Banny and Yum Yum there to help hold off this last push, and they managed to do so, but they weren't able to kill Zilly. Yeah, Donovan wants to keep the chase up. He knows that Habib's the only one protecting his medic, and he gets the lucky rocket that bounces him away from the choke point. Donovan with a clutch rocket to get the pick on the Zilly.
Definitely, and both scouts. Oh, Banny is dead though. Froyo wants to cap this point, but with one scout, it might be a little difficult, but Donovan's doing a great job holding down this choke, so Froyo does get the second point captured. Grand Slam is on Sniper, watching Big Door. No one from Big Door. Yeah, no one from Froyo is there, though. Donovan's just through drop down, shooting Marmaloo. Everyone for Froyo's coming through choke.
Oh, no, got the shot onto Hubita! Grand Slam! They just didn't take into account that there might be an overextended Sniper towards Big Door, and he wasn't overextended if he gets that pick. And he's somehow still alive. Oh no, froyotech, they just didn't have their flank to clear Big Door.
Yeah, that's incredible shot by Grand Slam. I thought he was going to be caught out, but he chose his positioning's advantage there. And now ZC has Zilly with about 50 Uber advantage, so they will get a second attempt at tying up this game.
Oh, a second attempt, but they currently have Grand Slam on the Sniper, so he's going to have to choose a different avenue, because it's really hard to get some sightlines on a gully wash during a last push as a Sniper, but you could definitely peek from River or Launch Pad. Regardless of that being said, we have the Engineer up on Banny, we have Yum Yum on the Pyro, who was Sniper earlier for a pick, but the Uber is in from High Five from Shutter. Yum Yum tries his best to deny, but he gets 2 pipe from Habib, and Habib is taking the space so well. They've even caught out Hubita and Side Guy towards the right door. Habib does create it, but it doesn't matter when the heals are in their favor and the numbers add. Just Donovan and Sin. Sin on 10 HP does get pistoled down, or actually shot by the Grand Slam Sniper. Tied up 1-1 in favor, 20 DC do tie it up.
Yeah, it seemed like last mid, Habib got completely shut down, so we'll have to see if ZC adjusts. On the first mid, of course, Habib completely destroyed Froyo. And then he got in turn shut down.
That being said, we are heading into our third mid of the match. 20 ZC are up 1-0 in the match. And Donovan's gonna bomb straight into Habib, but he gets piped, and Kai is so low. The soldiers from 20 ZC, they're gonna go kill the players that are in the backlines from drop. They get Yum Yum and Donovan, who were there, and Sai is taking a 1v1 versus Artist. But in the blink of an eye, Froyo was just wiped. What is going on?
Artist bombed choke, the other team's choke, and killed 3 players. And on the other side, Donovan bombed Habib, got piped, Yum Yum ran at him. I think a soldier went up drop down, and Marmaloo cleaned them all up. So the soldiers for ZC just destroying Froyo that mid.
And now Zillio's full Uber at Delta. I'm pretty sure they're going to take out the river here. That's where they're gearing up, and they have the Uber ad and a demo ad in this last push.
Yeah, Uber coming out for ZC. Grand Slam's going straight to point, it looks like, but the Pyro isn't dead. Lots of cap time, lots of hurt Froyo players, though. It's a DM fest right now. ZC has the superior positioning, it looks like, and the point presence. So that's 2-1. That was a very quick round.
20 ZC, they walk in, barreling and bootstrap to this last push, and they get the round onto froyotech, so they're up 2-1. 20 ZC, they answer back with 2 decisive rounds on this map, and now they're looking to extend that to 3 in a row. As heading into this next mid, Donovan's gonna pressure Habib again, but he's not actually gonna land. He's gonna land towards Big Door, trying to get some early damage on the Zilly, and then it actually does work out because Sin coming in with the Straggle Bomb gets Zilly, but look at froyotech. They didn't count for the fact that the soldier was gonna bomb on a window, and Artist gets Hubita for it. It's just Banny and Sai Guy, but they're segmented away from each other on this mid. Banny was taking out 2v1, and he does die. Sai Guy with 30 HP, he doesn't want to take that fight any longer, and he's out.
Yeah, at the end of that mid, Yum Yum and Banny were alive, but Grand Slam and High Five isolated Yum Yum and just immediately killed him and then switched on Banny, and that was really impressive by ZC's scouts coordinating themselves like that.
20 ZC, they do have the man ad,
Sin,
and they're going to try to barrel in a second, but
yes,
Sin denied.
Sin above choke, dropping down, doing a lot of damage. Froyo's still fighting this though, spamming choke very aggressively. Habib does get cleaned up, but Sai falls for it. Sin bombing in, doing so much damage, but the players on ZC aren't dying. Sin hitting every rocket he can, but no one cleans up. Actually, Donovan does manage to kill Zilly, but Habada falls for it.
What good is a med pick if you've lost your entire team for it? And there's 4 Frank classes that are still able to go on the last. Artist is going to go book it to point, but he's going to maybe die towards the side, but Sai, he has to overextend for the kill and he might die. He does get peppered down by Brand Slam, but players are dying in lobby to the respawns from froyotech. Brand Slam being the last to fall in that lobby area. And Marvelous towards Catwalk here on River. Gonna get aggressed on by Yam and Sin. Does do good damage to Sin. And Habib catches Banny with a trap. And he's gonna taunt onto Banny, his old teammate. Old foe. That foe, oh my gosh. Old foe's face once again, and Habib gets the upper hand.
ZC's busting through choke as Sin tries to deny it, but Marmaloo shooting him from behind. High five gets through choke. Everyone for ZC's trying to run through, but it's getting held down. It looks like Artist going for a market gardener, but not able to find anything. It looks like Marmaloo's gonna fall as well, but getting rockets onto Habada. That's 3 down for ZC. It seems like they kind of tried to just disrespect, push straight in, but they're gonna go down 3-4.
That being said, froyotech are going to try to walk their way into mid. They know they don't have to worry about Habib and Brenzem, who had to fall back considering they lost both their soldiers. So no double soldier span towards choke for 20 ZC. They'll concede the mid. They'll be back on their second. But Artist is going to walk in to fight Sin. This is a really good fight for him because he almost kills Sin, but Sin does get bounced back and arrowed. So, froyotech, balls in their court. And we do have Marvel and John. I don't think he was spotted. Do they know? They don't know.
No, they don't know. They don't know. He's walking through. I'm on the cam.
Wait, Yum Yum? Oh, they spotted Marmoon. Damn it! I thought we were gonna see a play in the making there, but I guess not.
Froyo's actually getting ready to bust through Big Door. It looks like they're spamming it pretty hard, but there is stickies there that they will have to be careful for.
Yeah, but Habib has trapped on the mini pack on the crate, like merging with the crate and towards the ramp, the Big Door. Yum Yum backs up, trying to dodge some spam, does walk into the trap from the baby door area. And now Marmu is going to walk in with the help of High Five. They kill Sin, so now that's a second pick, and now this hold from froyotech is slowly falling apart, and that doesn't help. Donovan getting spammed from Big Door 2 by Habib. Artist cleans up the kill, and froyotech, they're losing players one by one. They even drop Banny! And Saiga, he gets spooned by Artist, so Habida, he won't be able to even escape this mid because he's sticked off. His exits are all cut. He does regroup with Sin, but Sin just gets obliterated. This is all falling apart for froyotech. They're falling like dominoes here.
Yeah, that was such a great push by ZC. Artist hitting that spoon, dropping Sai. Must be just an incredible play by him. It looks like Danny is going to be on Sniper, but ZC's taking Uber straight through Shutter onto the overextended Demo Man Sai. Sin is bombing main, but he's not able to find anything as the Uber just goes straight to point. High Five standing on point, no one can stop him.
20 ZC has been all blue. It's been sunshine and clear skies for them as they walk into this amusement park, and they on a roller coaster that should lead to victory because froyotech, they're giving them a wild ride, or at least they're giving froyotech the wild ride. froyotech just have no answer for anything that 20cc are trying to do right now. My goodness, Delta, I feel like this has been so dominant so far aside from that first round, and in this next mid, we're seeing it again. froyotech are switching up the mids. They can't find an answer to the 20cc mids, and Artist bombing towards Big Door. Even though froyotech get the pick onto Grand Slam, Artist is in the back line. He's bombing onto Habida. He does get spotted at the last second before he can do any damage to the Habida. And somehow froyotech, they finally get their first mid here on Gully.
Yeah, definitely. Donovan was playing the floor that mid and kind of kept Marmaloo from being a factor, so the roamers kind of canceling each other out. It looks like ZC is going to be fighting from River, or at least clearing it, as Marmaloo bombs forward but decides to think differently and jumps away.
So now the Ubers are going to even up, even though Zilly, well, no meds out on the mid, so I don't think they would have been aware.
There's a
but
fight
there's a
in
fight
lobby.
in lobby. It's a brawl in lobby right now, and froyotech players are just falling to Habib and High Five. High Five is on the demo now, even though the demo 8 Sai guy does get the pick onto Habib, and that actually forced out the Uber from Habib because if he drops Sai, nobody's going to be there to keep him alive, and now Zilly
Marmaloo's
full
chasing.
red.
Marmaloo's in choke behind them as he high bombed over their heads and kills. Oh, he killed Danny and Habada. What a great bomb by Marmaloo. Now he's just stuffing out choke.
Marmaloo just making light work of the froyotech players, and he does give his team the advantage heading into this mid. He's going to try to jump through, and he does get through pretty cleanly. He's divided the attention of the Froyo soldiers. Only Donovan committed towards the choke as Sin went back to fight, I believe, or no, he went back towards his choke, or was a recent respawner, but regardless of that, 2016, they're going to keep the chase up toward Big Door, and they're going to go catch outside towards Dungeon here. They do get the pick, and Manny even going down in the forwards, right outside the lobby shutter door. Oh no, Sin has delayed the mid cap though. This is really good for froyotech, but they might be stuck in the spawn doors, but no.
Yeah, but Sai's not able to get forward spawn, and there's a player, Sin, stuck on mid. He's going to fall, and Froyo's still rolling out, so they can't really defend second. They might be able to climb up into river, which looks like they are doing, but I'm not sure if Banny wants to fight this.
Definitely doesn't
Seems like, wait, it seems like they're posting up in Shutter. They might actually just Uber through the moment they get Uber. Seems like they're trying to keep the surprise up as they bust through river. They clear the soldiers away. Danny's leading his Uber. Looks like he's taking, or his medic, looks like he's going into Big Door with it.
But he drops his medic! Hubita's getting bombed towards Big Door, and Hubita has to relocate, that relocation did save him in the end. He is able to divert those soldier bombs and avoid death. Brandslam, though, is on the back line. He's walking up, but he chose to focus Banny instead, and Banny's alarm has been erased. Oh, Brandslam had such a prime opportunity to get the drop on Hubita there.
Yeah, but the Uber's coming through for ZC. It looks like they're just exchanging, but Habib's not getting flashed. Habib's on 5 health. ZC's going to have terrible health in the post-fight as Habib tries to jump away.
Oh, but Habib's on... Oh, massive damage on Hubita. Hubita's down to 6 HP. Someone breathe on that guy. He does go down eventually. Habib giving his life for that damage and the pick on the med. And now Froyo, they're going to combo towards the mini pack here on second by the rock. Oh, no. It's just Donovan. They have gotten the cap, but... Oh, Donovan! He gets 2 picks plus Zilly, one of them being Zilly, and that turns the tide of this round now.
Yeah, we saw a very rare trade there, actually. Zilly killed Donovan with the crossbow before Donovan killed him. Now, Artist spamming into Shutter, just walking straight into it, doing 1,000,000 damage to the scouts, letting Banny get cleaned up. Marmalu's still fighting the Shutter, along with his scout partner, High Five. Froyo can't get through the Shutter. They have no scouts. That's 0 scouts for Froyo.
And 20ZT, they can afford to try this in if they want to. Even with Artists down, there's no scouts, there's no Banny, there's no Yum Yum. Marmalu is straight for point. He's on the pay train, actually. Baiting out all the Froyo soldiers towards the cap. Look at how much cap time they have on 20ZT. They just baited all the players up Froyo to fight for a point, but they aren't able to keep them all in that one area as the Froyo players are trying to spread out. It's a 3v3 on point. Artist does go down, and it's just High Five and Zilly fighting against Yum Yum and Banny. Yum Yum does go down, and High Five! He 2-shots Banny! What an embarrassment! Oh, it's Banny, and for 20ZC, they get the round. What the hell?
Yeah, ZC just pushed off their initial advantage of scouts, and it seems like they really knew what they were doing. Marmalu did that distraction play, and it just let them get the upper hand. In the end, getting on point.
Oh my god, High Five! He completely embarrassed Yum Yum and Banny there. He's given his team the 4th round, and Banny is definitely tilted right now. He's going to try to rally his soldiers, though, regardless of the situation. This next mid is looking really bad for 20ZC as they're getting something to their choke point, but they do get the pick. Artist flanking behind. He gets Hubita.
Sin's in his own drop down, actually going to be bombing, doing a bunch of damage, cleaning up High Five with his scout partner, and it looks like ZC players are on no help. They have to run away. Actually, Branson's staying in, though, getting that kill onto Donovan. Now it's Sai who's going to be forced out from the scout.
Oh my gosh. This is looking really bad for Froyo right now. They don't even have... Just one more round and they lose this match. Delta, what's going to go on here?
I'm not sure, but I do know ZC has Uber ads, so I would expect them to push. Looks like they're going to be doing that in choke. Artists kind of just spamming around, but maybe they're just faking it because now they're going towards Big Door. And stickies are being spammed towards the doorway. The Uber does get forced out. High Five is trying to chase into lobby. I'm not sure if he'll be able to find anything as he rotates the river, but there are 3 players. He has to run away from that. But you know, no deaths. ZC gets the point. Now Froyo's going to have to push out. Oh, Marmalu might actually be caught in river, so that is a death. ZC wants to force the Uber out, but without their roamer, it's going to be very difficult. But Donovan goes in maybe a little too early, gets cleaned up by Branslam as Sin bombs across, taking the high ground.
Branslam and Artist were teetering with the fact of potentially going through a back half through Baby Door, but they did trade out towards the Big Door area. But never mind that. With the respawns that 20ZC have, they force 3 picks, unforced errors potentially on the side of froyotech. One of them being Donovan, dying in that river area, like you said. And High Five, he wants to end this game once and for all. They're going to try in the last here. It's an even situation right now. No Ubers on both sides. Habida being killed there as the first casualty. Marble bombing towards
Look at the point time.
Oh, it's so good, but I think 20DC want to play it conservative. They want to play the Uber out here, but no, they're going to fight until the scouts that were chasing in the lobby. They trade 1-for-1 with Banny and Grand Slam. Yum Yum and Hubbard are the last two, and it's going to be High Five and Zilly on the other side of the map.
Yeah, but remember, look at the Uber chargers. ZC comes out of that with cap time and Uber ad. If they take this Uber quick enough, all they have to do is touch the point, and they'll win.
Touch the point, they will. I'm going to let you take away this last push, Delta. Let's see if this is going to be froyotech's downfall here for in the upper bracket final.
I think I'm going to watch High Five. It looks like he's going to be the one leading this Uber charge.
Ooh, Habib almost out of that sticky trap.
Yeah, it looks like Uber's going to be coming out through river as Habib bombs through as well. High Five finding the pyro, not quite able to hit him yet, but it looks like he does get cleaned up. The Habida is overextended, so... Oh, someone's on point. Looks like that was Marmalou getting in, and High Five running secret onto point as well. That is going to be 5-1 for 20ZC, beating Froyo on their map pick.
And with that, 20ZC have booked their ticket to DreamHack Atlanta, at least in terms of the BYOC. So they'll be securing their BYOC tickets and at minimum second place heading into the grand final here. And froyotech, they'll be down in the lower brackets to face the Frick My Nick led team, large number 9. But wow, what a dominant showing. And Marble making a lot of plays there, even on the pain train too towards the end of that. I think he actually had it on for the entire map.
I don't think he had it on for mids. That would be a little surprising. But yeah, Marmalou, he's always said he got the idea from somewhere, and he just likes it on this map. He's mentioned that in demo reviews when he streamed, and he's putting it into practice.
Well, we got the logs up. Our producer's gonna bringing them up for you right now, and oh my goodness, Delta. I am looking at the scout differential. Obviously, Habib making a meal on Gullywash. Artist and Marmalou actually, though, both positive on Gullywash. Also having a good amount of damage with the scouts versus the Froyo scouts.
Oh, High Five
That's
and
tough.
Grand Slam. Wow, you know, in the analysis of this game, we were mentioning Gullywash can be difficult for scouts, but High Five does not agree with that. High Five, 29-7, 350 DPM, outdamaging Habib on Gullywash.
Yeah, and Habida versus Zilly. Habida having 7 more deaths. Man, that's really rough, especially as the Froyo medic. I felt like every mid he just got bombed from Artist. Artist having the really good timing and game sense on his bombs. Didn't really see much on the side of froyotech in terms of having an answer to stop Artist, but wow, a really good showing from all the players involved in the 20ZC team for this match.
Yeah, definitely. It looked like the froyotech soldiers were really putting up a fight, doing damage, but it seems like ZC might have just had a better plan of what they were doing, and individually, when High Five's playing like that, I mean, what can Froyo even do?
What can Froyo do indeed? And that being said, 20ZC, we started an hour ago and we've ended with a 20ZC win. And I would say pretty dominant fashion. We actually started around 8:50 and now we're finishing up at around 9:40. That match ended around 9:40. Obviously, you had Product being first to 3 and 20ZC winning that without dropping a single round. But like, my goodness, that kind of tells the story of how dominant this win was for 20ZC.
Yeah, definitely. On Gullywash too, I was a little surprised because, you know, froyotech picked this map, and I guess ZC might have been prepared for it somehow, because it seemed like froyotech was really changing up their mids. They did different mids every time, and a couple times it caught ZC off guard, but on some of them, ZC just countered it immediately on the feet. They would just knew what to do.
Well, with that being said, it's time to close up shop, maybe eventually soon. I don't know. I don't think we'll be doing any interviews with the 20ZC players. It'd be nice to bring Habib in, though. I kind of want to hear his energy after winning that match, because I know he's got a lot to say regarding facing his old teammate and now his new foe, Banny. But, well, that being said, I want to give a quick shout out to information regarding the upcoming DreamHack Atlanta event, in which this part of this prize pool is allocated towards. We have a DreamHack Atlanta 6v6 $10,000 prize pool tournament on the weekend starting November 18th and ending November 20th. That'll be over in Atlanta, Georgia, obviously as the name suggests. And there are BYOC and admission tickets. Admission tickets are 1 day, $31 a piece. BYOC tickets are $99. Bring your own computer. I think rentals are still in the works. So if you want to go check that out, it's over at essentials.tf/Atlanta. If you want to find out any information about the jump tournament that we are doing between October 24th to October 30th, that is on clash.tf or essentials.tf/beyond. And with that being said, we're going to close up shop here. I'm going to give a quick shout out to our sponsors here. It's U.S. Air Force, Intel, Monster Energy, and Circle K. I'm going to need to head to a Circle K soon and grab some Monster Energy because, my gosh, my voice is so hoarse from that match. I've been casting for about 8 hours straight. Delta's been casting with me for the last 4 hours. And we're going to close up shop here. And you can tune in tomorrow, I believe around, what is it? 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Starting off will be the lower bracket final between large number 9 and froyotech. And then the BO5, the culmination of this cup, will be at 6:15 between 20ZC and the winner of that lower bracket final. Presumably froyotech. No bias there. It's just hard, cold facts there at that point. But DeltaMarket, any last shoutouts before we end this stream?
Just shout out to the organizers, DreamHack, for putting this together, of course, and Dr. Underscore for running production on these lands as well.
Yes, and a big thank you. A big thank you to Dr. Happiness, Arch Rhythm, Dodd, Nina from RGL, and am I forgetting anybody else? Did I mention Arch Rhythm already? I hope I did. But
yeah,
thank you to everybody there from Essentials TF who are working in the backlines here, doing overtime, despite it being past midnight there in their areas to help us with this tournament, and for helping organize the tournament too with DreamHack. So big shout outs to those guys. Once again, I am Jay, joined by DeltaMarket on the mic. Go tune in 4:15 or at 4 p.m. tomorrow to watch the lower bracket final and 6:15 for the grand finals. And we will see you all then.